If you're craving sweets but trying to stay healthy, I have 4 homemade snacks today to share with you that are low sugar, nutrient rich, and made with ingredients that you can feel really good about. If you're new, I'm Erica. My husband Mark and I and our 2 kids live fully off-grid in Canada. We try to live a healthy and self-sufficient lifestyle, and that's what we share about in our videos. So I hope you'll subscribe to our channel. This first recipe is so easy and quick and straightforward. But before we get into it, I want to let you know that if you are craving a sweet snack, the best thing to do before eating something like this is to actually have some fiber or protein first, just so you don't get a big blood sugar spike from it. My easy way to deal with this is to just have like 5 or 6 slices of cucumber, a couple of carrot sticks, just to get the fiber going through my system. And then I know I'm not going to get a big blood sugar spike. So that's just a quick tip for you. Just because with a big blood sugar spike is going to come a sugar crash. But not only that, there's a lot of long-term consequences of getting regular, crazy high blood sugar spikes. So you want to avoid those when you can. This first recipe is chocolate chia pudding, and all it is coconut milk, cocoa, maple syrup, salt, vanilla, and an optional ingredient is collagen powder, which I love to add when I have it. I will put the recipe down in the description, but all you do is combine it in a bowl and whisk it up. Leave it in the fridge for a couple hours for those chia seeds to absorb the liquid and the whole thing to thicken up. And you've got some delicious pudding. And if you're not a big fan of the texture of these little bits, the chia seeds in your pudding, you could also just grind up the chia seeds first in like a coffee mill or I just use my high-speed blender, which works great. And then you don't have those little pieces of chia seeds floating around. It's more of a smooth consistency type of pudding. Like I said, the collagen is totally optional. It will make it a lot more filling and add a lot more nutrients. So that's why I like to add it when I do have it. You can really easily switch up the flavor of this pudding too in so many different ways. You could just leave out the cocoa and you have a nice vanilla pudding. You could blend in some fruit with your milk to make whatever you want. Strawberry, peach, whatever type of fruit. So those are some options too. One really easy way to add more nutrients to homemade snacks like this is to add collagen powder. And I use collagen from Needed, a brand that I've loved and trusted for years, and they have kindly sponsored today's video. Needed was founded by 2 moms and nutritionists who saw huge gaps in prenatal and postpartum care. So they created nutrient-rich, science-backed supplements that truly support women at every stage of life. So from fertility to motherhood and beyond that. I truly believe that proper nutrition makes a big difference for everyone, not just in the short term, but in big ways over your whole life. It impacts your energy and your hormones and also your long-term well-being. Our natural collagen production starts to slow in our 20s and can drop even more due to stress and all sorts of lifestyle factors. So being in my 30s now, I'm trying to make it more of a priority. Collagen is rich in amino acids, which are essential for things like tissue repair, joint health, and even postpartum recovery. And I am 35 weeks pregnant right now, so I'm really happy to know that consuming it is not only helping me now, but it's going to continue to help me after the baby comes. Needed's collagen is made with just one ingredient, grass-fed collagen, and it's hydrolyzed, which means your body can absorb it more easily. And I have peace of mind because it is third-party tested for purity, and there are absolutely no artificial sweeteners or dyes or fillers or preservatives. It's just clean, high quality, effective support that my body can actually use. The collagen is really easy to use. It dissolves no problem into hot or cold drinks, and it's totally flavorless, so it doesn't add any weird flavors to whatever you're putting it into. I like to add it to smoothies, muffins, puddings, popsicles, oatmeal, literally anything that has liquid that you can mix it in and dissolve it. It works great. Needed also offers an array of other high quality supplements like prenatals and omega-3s, which I use both of. They also have vitamin D and probiotics and many other products that are just designed to support women's health at every stage. Right now, Needed is offering an extra 20% off your first order, including one-time purchases and already discounted subscriptions and plans. So head to the link in my description box or use my code HOMEINTENT at checkout. Again, you'll get an extra 20% off if you use the code HOMEINTENT. And please give your body the nutrients it needs. Thanks so much to Needed for sponsoring today's video. Next up is a banana bread chocolate chip muffin, and this one is gluten-free. But even if you're not gluten-free, this is a really good one because it uses a lot of eggs, so there's more protein in it than I would say your average muffin recipe. And by the way, if you're here because you're trying to eat better so you can actually feel better, I have a free masterclass you'll love. I walk you through the 3 super simple steps I took to regain my energy and health without completely overhauling my whole life. So I'll link that below so you can watch after this video. This recipe is on my website, so I'll put that link down below. On the website, it is a banana bread loaf recipe. So I'll put a couple notes in the description so you can know how to modify it if you want to make it in a muffin form like I'm doing today. And I find that just so much easier for a snack because you don't have to get out the whole thing, cut it. You just have these single serving sizes pre-made, and I love that. Let's go through the ingredients so you know what's actually in them. They are made from coconut flour, also arrowroot powder. You could also use tapioca starch instead of that. Ground chia seeds, baking powder, baking soda, salt, eggs, bananas, coconut oil, maple syrup, and vanilla extract. So that is the recipe for the plain banana bread muffins, but you can always add in whatever add-ins you want. I love chocolate chips, so that's pretty much a regular for me. You could also do any chopped nuts, shredded coconut, anything like that that your heart desires.
And now how many do we need? There it goes.
I used to use muffin tins, but since getting these silicone muffin liners, I don't need a muffin tin anymore. All I do is take my big baking sheet, line up, because I'm doing a double batch, many of these silicone liners all across the baking sheet, and I can get them all baked at once, whereas if I was using multiple muffin tins, it would take me probably a couple batches of baking to do that. So this is the method I really like to use now.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 13, 18, 19, 20.
These muffins freeze really well, so I'm taking a bunch of them and freezing them for my postpartum period, which will be coming up in September. So I'll have some good, healthy, and delicious sweet snacks to munch on with my new baby. If you're someone who has a very generous rhubarb plant, I have 4 on my property, so I'm always looking for good ways to use up rhubarb. And I found this way, which is so good. We love it. We call it rhubarb candy, so I mean, I consider it a snack, but it's also kind of a treat. Very simple, very easy to make. It's basically pieces of rhubarb soaked in vanilla and sugar, dehydrated to the point where they're just kind of chewy and basically like a sour candy, which is why they're so good. But it's just rhubarb with a little bit of sugar and vanilla. So to start, of course, I pick my rhubarb, cut off the ends, give them a good scrub down, cut off any weird spots, and just start cutting them into chunks. And I'll leave the exact recipe for this down below. But I cut these pieces about 1/4 inch thick, and I believe I used 16 cups, which filled my 10 tray dehydrator from Cabela's. And the ratio is you do 1 cup of chopped rhubarb to 2 tablespoons of cane sugar or white sugar to 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So you have to do some math based on how much you have. But it's so simple. You just mix the vanilla into the sugar first, and then you're gonna mix in your rhubarb and let it sit for 4 hours. I'm gonna be honest, while this was soaking, I stole some pieces from the bowl because they were tasty. After soaking for 4 hours, you can see there's quite a lot of liquid now at the bottom. So I am going to strain that off and get them on my dehydrator trays. These pieces are small enough that they would pretty much all fall through my dehydrator trays. So I have these fine mesh silicone liners that we bought off Amazon years ago and just cut to fill our dehydrator trays. So I'll try to find something similar and link it below because they're super useful for projects like this. I'm going to dehydrate these at 135 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 hours. So you want the rhubarb pieces to be dry to the touch, but still quite pliable because they should be soft and chewy when you bite into them, not rock hard. But there shouldn't be any visible moisture when you squish them either. These are the perfect balance of sweet and sour, and I love keeping homemade snacks like this in my bag because so often homemade snacks need to be frozen or refrigerated, so you can't just keep them in your bag at all times for, a snack emergency. But these and any other type of dried fruit that you might make, you can just throw them in a Ziploc in your bag and you've got them for whenever you need them. If you're on a long drive, these are fantastic to snack on, keep you awake. Any type of situation like that where you're on the go and you need a little tasty pick-me-up. All right, the last healthy sweet snack recipe I have for you is so versatile and so good for summer. It's so versatile that I really actually don't have a recipe for you, but I'll show you what I do. So I'm making smoothie popsicles, and I had these pre-made smoothie bags from when I was in the first trimester of pregnancy, just because smoothies was one of those things that I could actually stomach. So in these smoothie bags, I had a variety of fruits. I also had a handful of spinach, some slices of cucumber, and a couple tablespoons of white beans for protein and other nutrients. So I'm using up those smoothie bags to make popsicles. So I pour the contents of my smoothie bag into the blender, along with some full-fat coconut milk and some vanilla extract, as well as a scoop of my collagen powder. And I always taste test it. If it's not quite sweet enough, I am fine to add a dash of maple syrup or honey and blend it up and put it in my popsicle molds. So you can feel free to do this with any type of smoothie that you like to make. There are so many variations that you could do, and it'll be fruity and refreshing and a nice sweet snack, especially in the summertime. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'd love it if you'd leave a comment down below and let me know some of your favorite homemade sweet snack ideas, because I'm all over those. And I'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.